Just tell us. We can't start early because they don't do the live stream. I was just doing early.
That's good. A couple of minutes to chill.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the portrait category of New Zealand Amateur Photography Awards. For today, we've got 25 images to go through and we're up to the portrait category. For those that haven't been here today and are just tuning in, thank you very much for joining us, and we want to make a special thank you to Photo Warehouse, who's sponsoring the 2026 New Zealand Amateur Photography Awards. So what we're going to do today is run through the top 25 finalists of the portrait category. Once we get to the top 10, they will be in a random order and no placing or score will be read. It'll just be, this entry has made it to the top 10. Then you have to tune back in at 5 o'clock and we will be naming the top 3 of the category winners and also the 3 finalists for New Zealand Amateur Photographer of the Year. So make sure you come back or just keep watching. If you're down in Christchurch, I really suggest that you have a look at the free education sessions with Photo Connect. You do need to register for these events in order to attend, so check out the schedule and sign up at nzphotoshow.co.nz. And it's actually not too late to get a ticket to NZ Photo Show this Friday and Saturday. You don't want FOMO. It is going to be a great couple of days. You can get a ticket for a single workshop one day or both of the events. It's going to be amazing. So, with the portrait, we've got three amazing judges sitting in front of us, and they are going to give you some feedback and what they like about the images, and I'm just going to tell you about portrait description. The portrait category is for photographs of single subjects or groups, including studio photography, lifestyle imagery, self-portraits, boudoir, beauty and fashion, social, family, cultural and environmental portraits. Portraits of pets and animals are eligible for entry in this category. Photographs of animals in their natural habitat may be more suited to the nature category. Entries may be traditional and or interpretive portraits. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Let's get into the top 25. Congratulations to all our finalists. And here, after this, we add.
Behind every camera is a person. Behind every recommendation is someone who actually uses it. That's what makes Photo Warehouse different. We're photographers, filmmakers, birdwatchers, stargazers, gear nerds and storytellers. We've been sharing that passion with Kiwis for generations, filling our shelves with everything from cameras, the coolest little gadgets that make you stop and say, that's actually pretty awesome. With 7 stores across New Zealand. We'd love to meet you. Welcome to Photo Warehouse, your local camera store.
I actually saw my current bag in that because my husband point blank refused to carry my baby blue one. Anyhow, right into it. We're on to the 25th equal place. Congratulations, a silver award.
Wow, this is such a strong portrait. Well done to you. The silver award is well deserved, I think. I really enjoy her engagement with you and her connection to you as a photographer, and she looks very proud and regal in her traditional attire there. To improve it, probably could look at the process of the black and white conversion and just checking some of those highlights are not too bright there, and giving a little bit more form and depth to her face. But yeah, excellent job. It's very, very well deserved silver award.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. It's what an amazing subject to be able to photograph. I think to improve it, perhaps just watch your crop at the top so that those flowers are not cropped off. And just a little bit more shadow on the face. It's quite flat lighting at the moment, so if you could light it so that there's a little bit more form given to her with a bit of shadow.
And in 25th equal place, congratulations, a silver award and a cute cat.
What a beautiful portrait of this cat. I can only imagine he's an absolutely beloved family member. I'm imagining he's looking at some source of food or something, but I'd just like to say it's such a gorgeous capture, the beautiful depth of field with the eye in focus. Congratulations on your silver.
This is, a beautiful capture. It's lovely the way you've got the cat looking up, which I know from experience is actually not an easy thing to do. Just to improve it, just watch where your catch lights fall in the eye. It's always nicer to have catch lights coming down, so the light coming down the face, and then the catch light would be in the top of the eye.
And 25th equal place, a silver award goes to David. Congratulations.
This is a really strong, impactful portrait of this man and obviously his work attire and his workspace. You've done a really great job of capturing a moment that's non-traditional in terms of a portrait, and gives a really great emotional impact there. To improve it, I'd probably just pull back a little bit on the processing and contrast there. It's a little bit too crunchy and losing details in the blacks, and the highlights are blowing out there. But yeah, excellent job.
Yeah, I'm also enjoying this amazing portrait of this hardworking man. You can just see all the pain and agony he's going through on a daily basis in this portrait. Just with the over-sharpening of him, I think it doesn't need it. It's already powerful enough as it is. And also just attention to the background. There seems to be like a texture overlay. Just maybe that's more opaque than it currently is.
Oh my goodness. And the 25th Equal Place a silver award. Congratulations. That's too cute.
Firstly, congratulations on having all these gorgeous little puppies lined up in a row looking at the camera. I do not know how you achieved it, but well done on that alone. I just love this little guy on the right here having a wee yawn. Beautifully captured, lovely depth of field. Well done on your silver.
Yeah, I agree about the dogs looking at the camera. They're not looking just off to the side. They're looking so directly at the camera, which is just brilliant. And different expression from every dog, which is beautiful. I mean, something to improve it, and it's only minor, is just maybe trying to have a consistent background behind. Excuse me, I'm just going to cough. So maybe if, it was just a slightly different direction, you're able to get bush behind them the whole way. In saying that, the tone of the fence does tie in beautifully with the dogs, so that is also a lovely feature as well.
Could I just say one quick thing? I'm sorry to butt in. The crop at the bottom there, I did note when we were originally judging it, it feels really tight. Like almost this little guy yawning here, his little paw almost seems cut off as it's coming really close to the bottom of the frame. I think that's sometimes tricky when you're shooting on a longer lens to get a wider shot. But just making sure you allow that space at the bottom of your subject so they have a little bit of room to breathe.
And in 25th Equal Place, a silver award. Congratulations.
The symmetry of this is just so lovely, with the movement of the legs on one side and the arms on the other. It's really well captured. I mean, I'm assuming it's an in-capture camera, but it's just beautifully done. I think to improve it, try to get the full feet in and full hands in all the way around. And you could also potentially try black and white, might look quite stunning for this image as well.
Yeah, I also assumed it was a multiple exposure, and I just wanted to note that the capture where she's actually vertical, it's beautifully crisp in comparison, which I really enjoy. Another thing I was noticing is the toes seem really taut, and the fingers on her hands are more relaxed in comparison. Having that kind of equal tension on either side would be nice, as well as that perhaps more of a square crop or a horizontal crop.
And in 24th place with a silver award, Lisa, congratulations.
Congratulations on your silver. This is a stunning piece of work. Really well done on the engagement you've gotten from your subjects, and just the symmetry with the eyes. And you talk about pets looking like their owners, and this definitely is the case here. And they're both really engaged and beautiful eyes. So well done with that one. I don't have anything else to say at the moment. I really enjoyed this. Well done.
I agree. The eyes are just, they're so, they just capture you. You just keep staring at them because they're, beautifully done. I think just to improve it, maybe just a slightly larger crop. It's just got half a hand at the bottom, which is a little bit distracting. So if you could just pull out a little bit, I think that would improve it.
Yeah, I love the hair in the cat's ears. Kind of mimics the hair on the little girl's head. You know what, when I was looking at this originally, I just wanted that little cat to open his mouth and show a tooth so that they could both be in unison, and that would have probably popped it right up into gold for me. But otherwise, really gorgeous capture.
And in 23rd place with a silver award. Congratulations.
Gosh, what a great photo of a hardworking Kiwi guy. That's what I think. I think anyone who knows this man will put this on the wall. Really, really lovely. It has a good amount of grit, which I imagine comes with this man's life. Really beautiful contrasting elements. I don't mind that it's heavily contrasted because I feel like it gives it that sense of real depth. Just a little bit of lightening of the shadows around the eyes, I think would help just to draw us into this guy as a character.
Yes, well done on your silver. It's a really successful portrait of this man, and I really enjoying the really soft expression on his face. It's really serene and you know, which is unusual for this kind of aged person to have for a portrait, but it works really well and speaks to his probable gentle nature and life. To improve it, I find the posing of the hands a little bit too contrived and not necessarily a natural pose. So yeah, that's all I would work on for that one. But yeah, excellent job.
And in 21st equal place, we've got Alex with a silver award. Congratulations.
Gosh, what a darling. And you know what, I really love the choice of yellow background. It almost looks soft, like the little dog's paws are sinking in a little bit. And obviously it's had peanut butter on the lens. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe it's a glass division. I can't figure that out, but really cute, original capture. And doesn't this dog look absolutely thrilled that he gets to lick off some treats? Congratulations on your silver.
Yeah, so cute, and it's the humour in the portrait is there as well. I really like the yellow too. I think just need to be careful. A little thing to improve is just that yellow colour casting back onto the fur in places. Could work on that, but yeah, very cute. Well done.
And in 21st equal place with a silver award, we have Brittany.
What a beautiful moment captured. The expression on the dog's face, just looking so directly at the camera, is just stunning. And the background is just so warm and beautiful. The only distraction I find is the shadow across the right leg. Just trying to imagine which way around it would be. Yeah, so sometimes just putting the light in a slightly different, well, moving the dog in a slightly different direction if possible, can help with minimising where the shadows fall. But otherwise, just stunning capture. Congratulations.
I just feel like this dog has all the joy in the world, and we get to share it with him too because you've captured this beautiful photograph. Just following on from Amy's comment, I think on the left side of frame where the shadow is, just dodging that harsh darkness out of it would also draw our eye more to the focus on the dog rather than on the background.
And in 19th equal place with a silver award, Diane. Congratulations.
What a beautiful, proud wahine, and she looks very strong and defiant almost, and you've done a really great job of capturing that. To improve, probably just allowing for a little bit more light in the subject's eyes. There is a tiny bit of catch light there, but just a little bit more light in the eyes would really lift this for us.
I was just thinking the flyaway hairs, just touching those up. She's got such a strength of character. I love that you have positioned yourself low looking up at her. It emphasises the strength and beauty of her as a woman. However, yeah, just the hairs kind of tucked into her mouth and around her eyes detract a little bit from that for me. So I would, if this was my portrait, I would definitely be touching that part up.
Another thing you can do with flyaways in a situation like that is maybe just move her a little bit if possible, just obviously slightly depending on the light, but if you can get the wind blowing into her face so her hair blows away from her, it does make it a little bit easier.
And in 19th equal place with a silver award, Mark, congratulations.
I really love this portrait. I think, you know, how cool is she? I'd love to be her when I grow up. She looks like she's having a blast, and this is her life, and obviously, you know, something that she takes great joy in doing, and you've done it a great job of capturing a really fun portrait in a creative portrait, because who would think to, you know, take a shot at this moment, but it works really well. I think that the texture in the water is really strong, and it almost takes it away from our focus on her wonderful expression, and maybe just softening up a little bit of that contrast so that her skin is more flattering. But yeah, excellent job. I really enjoyed this portrait.
Yeah, so did I. It's just stunningly captured. I love the fact that the wave is just falling right above her hairline, so there's no distractions going through her head, and the light coming through the waves is beautiful. I agree about the post-processing, so there's obviously a filter that you've put, I'm assuming, over the whole thing, and maybe just either softening that or not including it might have just elevated the image a bit higher.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. For me, it looks like an absolute over-sharpening issue, and the shot is powerful enough as it is. And just in terms of editing and sharpening images, really important to be selective about what you sharpen and not to go too crazy with it. But I just wanted to say, Mark, that I did really enjoy this whole series of images that you entered into the Amateur Photography Awards. They were all just absolutely wonderful, and I don't know this woman, but when I look at it, I see my own mother and just living the joy of her life at this free time, and it just brings me so much joy. So well done on that capture.
And in 18th place, Jenny with a silver award. Congratulations.
I really love this dog. I think he's just so divine, and just taking himself for a walk down the beach and enjoying life and smelling the smells on the wind, and you know, who doesn't want that in life? You've done a really great job of capturing that, and it's a creative and unique approach to a portrait, because often you're wanting that direct approach of you know, engagement with you as a photographer, but I think you've captured a really sweet little moment here with the dog sort of just enjoying himself and sniffing the wind. Well done. I think to improve, just little sharp details along the sand that can draw your eye away from the subject. You could work on, you know, maybe editing some of those out, just so that your eye is not pulled away from his beautiful expression. But other than that, you're really well done.
He's cute. All right, the 17th place with a silver award goes to Diane. Congratulations.
I really enjoyed this group portrait. I think you've done an excellent job of having everyone really invested in your shoot, Diane. I think they have a really strong sense of place, and they belong in this place, and very proud and strong in their presence. I really enjoyed the little moment between the two wahine on the left-hand side of the image there looking at each other. But yeah, excellent job. I think to improve it, just be careful of pushing that editing too far and losing details in the shadows and the blacks, making it a little bit too hard there, and you're losing eyes when you do that as well. So yeah, just soften that up a little bit. You don't need to. Their presence alone is strong enough without pushing that processing too far. But yeah, excellent job.
I just wanted to congratulate you, Diane, on positioning people so that no one has got their head chopped by a horizon. And with so many people and a horizon line that is changing throughout the image, that's quite a feat, so you did very well. I actually disagree with Angela about the two women looking at each other. I feel like the image would have been slightly stronger given that everyone is looking at the camera if they were also. Even if they're smiling at the camera, I think that would be fine, but I feel like they are disconnected with the image compared to everyone else.
I'll just say one quick thing, I promise I won't go on too long. The location that you have found for this group of people is just spot on. It is this marvellous old piece of tree, log, intertwined with their bodies, just makes me feel like this is a tribe on their whenua, and they're proud of it. They're also slightly welcoming but fearsome, and just congratulations on finding this most perfect spot for this group of people.
The one thing that is really good when you hear what the judges are saying, it's their personal opinion, and you can see there's differing opinions. And those two ladies, I actually quite like them. They look like they're up to mischief, so they fit in right with me.
Yep.
All right, 13th equal place with a silver award. Congratulations to Karen.
Clever capture, Karen. We all know that wildlife photography isn't the easiest. Really beautiful, sharp detail on this gorgeous bird. Personally, for me, in the editing process, there's a couple of things that I would have, because it's such a close portrait, there's a couple of little details that I would have fixed up around the beak, a couple of the feathers, just tidying it up so it was a little bit more crisp. But congratulations on your silver.
And just one more thing too, I really enjoyed this, and the beautiful detail is wonderful, and the colour palette is great. There's a little bit of highlight along the top of the beak that could be pulled back a bit, and just be careful of using a vignette too heavily. It's a little bit distracting when it's very obvious on the outside there.
I'm just wondering whether it stole her lens cap. All right, 13th equal place with a silver award, Gregory. Congratulations.
This is a really beautiful portrait, and I congratulate you on doing something a little bit different and going so dark. I think that it works really beautifully for this subject. I think her skin looks gorgeous, and you've really successfully still kept enough detail in those shadows along her face, with the light just very softly reaching that dark side of her face. So very well done on that. To improve this, just be careful of some of the brighter specular highlights in the background that can draw your eye away from what we're supposed to look at, and also there's some sharp sort of brighter objects in the top right hand corner of the image as well that draws you away from where we want to be looking. But yeah, beautiful work, well done.
It is a very stunning image. Congratulations. And for 13th equal place, a silver award. Congratulations. They look like a couple of New Zealand sea lions.
What a beautiful capture. This just makes me smile. It's the tone of it throughout the image is just stunning. You've captured that really well and kept the tone really even. And yeah, I mean, but it might have been lovely to see just a little bit more of what was going on, so maybe not such a tight crop, but you have captured the moment of them together beautifully.
This looks like a love at war, because these sea lions look like they may have had a bit of a tough go at things. I could see some flies around the eye area of one of them, and they look like they've got a couple of battle wounds, but here they are perfectly at peace, snuggling up with one another. It looks like a perfect love story to me. Congratulations.
Very cute. But they actually move incredibly fast, so I would like to hope that she's got a very long lens and done that. And 13th equal place, a silver award. Congratulations, Karen.
The lighting on this is just stunning. You've used Rembrandt lighting where you've got that catch light on the far cheek. You've got beautiful catch lights in the eyes, and just that little matchstick is just mint. Looks just brilliant. To improve it, I'd probably just tidy up the collar a little bit. It feels a little bit distracting, but really stunning capture. Well done, Karen.
Yeah, I just find the light around the top of his head a little bit distracting. It draws my eye up into that top cap area, whereas I want to be looking more into his face. I do enjoy that direct side lighting, but again, just drawing a bit of shadows out around his eyes would be a great idea.
And in 12th place with a silver award, Alex. Another little cutie.
Very, very cute. I really enjoy the contrast of the warmth of the dog's fur with the orange fur and the blue background, and really complementary contrasting there. The colour palette is beautiful. Just have to be very careful about cutting off elements with the horizon lines in the background, and you can just see a little bit of the mountain peeking over top of the head and the ear there, which is a little bit distracting, and perhaps a little bit cool in the shadows on the fur as well. So yeah, a couple of little things, but yeah, very, very cute and very well captured.
Yeah, nice idea to have him in that second thirds of frame, looking off to the side and having that open up on the left. For me, when I was looking at it, I would have really liked the crop not to be so tight on the fence line. There looks to be some kind of graffiti there, and I wondered whether that might have added to the image or not.
And in 11th place with a silver award, Tony. Congratulations.
Wow, what an awesome dude. He looks like a lot of fun. You've beautifully captured. I love the black and white conversion. You've done that really well. There's a lot of consistency in the tone there. I would avoid trying to crop people's feet off, so maybe just pulling back just a little bit. The clothes on the right, I'm not sure if they're part of the story, but if they are, I would probably try and just bring them in a little bit more and emphasise them more, because at the moment they're just kind of just hinting at being there.
I really enjoyed this too. He looks like a great character, and you've done a great job of capturing his essence. A couple of those distracting elements around the...
Can't hear you. Go closer.
Couple of distracting elements.
Can you hear? Is that one not working? Use Amy's one. You might have to share that one.
Is that better?
That's good. Now we can hear you. Beautiful.
Sorry, I really enjoyed this. I think the character and his essence has been captured really beautifully. Just be careful, sometimes with these black and white conversions, you can flip it upside down or sometimes even squint at it just to see, because the things that's the brightest thing in the image, which is his guitar, is dominating the scene a little bit. So you could have burnt that back a little bit just to take that emphasis and that brightness off of that flat part of the guitar there. And there's a little black dark corner in the top left-hand side as well, which takes your eyes away from his expression there. But yeah, great. Well done.
Awesome. It looks like I've got someone coming to fix it. It's all good. All right, now we're up to the top 10. They will be in a random order, and no score, no award will be shown. The judges will carry on giving the feedback to all of the entrants, and from 5 o'clock we'll know the top 3 placings, and of course we will know our ones that are going through to the Photographer of the Year, Amateur Photographer of the Year. The rankings of the top 10 will be posted on social media tomorrow. All right, are we ready? Okay, here we go. For our top 10, congratulations to Katie for making it into the top 10.
Katie, what an amazing documentary style portrait of this new baby. You could already see how loved he is, he or she. Really enjoying the silhouette of this little boy's face. Beautiful lighting on his face, like just enough to see what we need to see. And again, this little girl touching baby's head and looking to Big Brother, almost like gleefully, but for approval maybe. Really enjoyed it. I did, just to be super fussy, that curtain on the right there, I would have loved to have seen it on the left as well. So it was more of a framing element. But congratulations, this family is just going to absolutely adore this image.
I agree about the curtain, but you could potentially just crop in a little bit, and that might take away the missing curtain. Love the sepia tone that you've used here. I think it just works perfectly.
And before we go on to the next one, you can sit there and enjoy that. If you are here in Christchurch, don't forget to go out to the exhibition hall and check out all the images that are up there. I can't wait to go and have a look once I'm done here today and see what's gone up. There's so many amazing prints up there. I had a look last night, and so there'll be so many more today. But we'll get on to the next one. So in our top 10, congratulations, Julia.
Well done, Julia. I really enjoy this constructed narrative on time. Yeah, she just looks so stoic. She's gripping this clock like that she wants to stop the passing of time, which is replicated in the images behind her. I did feel that the wall texture is obviously some kind of overlay, and just how it runs down to the skirting boards. It looks flat, it doesn't flow the moulding of the skirting. I did also like how you had replicated it on her pants, but felt that it was possibly slightly too opaque, where my eyes couldn't tell whether it was intentional or not. Yeah, well done, gorgeous portrait. A few shadows I would have liked to bring out a bit to see a little bit more detail. And perhaps some more narrative inside these photo frames. I noticed there's some already, but I was confused about the floral content within the image.
I think the floral content is going through the chair and on the floor and in the painting, so it's kind of replicated multiple times. And it's in some of the other paintings as well, which I think works quite effectively. But I agree with Angela about the texture. I suspect that this has been kind of pieced together, but when you've put the texture over the wall, the corner line's missing, so it doesn't give that believability to it being a real wall with a real texture on it. But really stunning capture, and I just love the way you've replicated the concepts throughout, so the clock and the painting, her and the painting. Do watch your lens choice though. I feel like this might be slightly wider angle and it feels like it's extending things at the edge a little bit.
And the next image in our top 10 is from Erin. Congratulations.
This was a showstopper for me, I'm not going to lie. When I saw it, I'm a dog lover and I love this dog. His gorgeous amber eyes tying in with the amber of the couch, the way he's kind of steadfastly staring down the lens, which we all know is tricky sometimes when photographing animals, and his kind of organic fur just flopping over the couch. Really just enjoy it. Love that the focal point is drawing us into those deep amber eyes. I don't even mind that it's slightly oversaturated because I still feel that draws us right in. Congratulations, beautiful image.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like I'm on the couch and no, I'm not getting off. My couch. All right. Also to the top 10, congratulations. A photo of these two boys. Congratulations, Karen.
This is a really strong capture of these two siblings. I think it really speaks to their relationship and their closeness, but also a little bit of playfulness in that the one looking towards his brother as well. I think the black and white conversion is really, really strong, which works really well for these two boys. And yeah, excellent job. I think if anything, possibly pulling back on some of the darkness in the eyes, so that you don't lose too his pupils look a little bit too over processed, overdone, but very small details, excellent capture, and I'm sure the family will adore this portrait of their boys on their wall. Well done, Karen.
Kind of remind me of my two. When they were that age, they looked like twins, and one was 2 years older. But everyone thought they were twins at that age. Congratulations, Karen. And into our top 10, we also have Nell. Congratulations, Nell.
What a fun image. I'm sort of getting the feeling of 50s housewife, maybe head in the clouds kind of story going on. So we've got teacup, cards, some brandy or something, and makeup, and then the hair being curled. So that's, yeah, very interesting story. Just watch your crop. Obviously the lady on the left of the image, her arm is being cropped off, which I think is unnecessary. I feel like she should be fully in there. So you might need to widen the image a bit, and just making sure that that table at the front goes consistently the whole way across. But beautiful image.
Yeah, really well done and really creative. Obviously, trying and experimenting with your visual communication there. I think with these planned conceptual images, I feel like some of the crops of the woman's torso and the smaller images, that this wasn't how you shot those. That they were shot, but not with this format in mind. So because the way they're cut off sharply in some, and she's standing in others. So maybe a little bit more planning before. So if you know that those images are going to be going in the background there, how you're going to treat those all consistently through the image. And just her hair feels like it's been faded off and losing some depth in her hair in the foreground image as well. But yeah, really fun, great use of that compositing and storytelling, and keep going. It's great.
Right, I'll just add one other thing that I didn't spot before. One of the images, the one with the teacup, has a watch on, so that's obviously not consistent throughout the image. So just being careful about little details like that.
And also into the top 10, Julia, congratulations.
Well done, Julia. Beautifully shot, dramatic image. For me, I was kind of taken aback by it at first. Is this woman presenting the adverse to marriage? The bouquet's upside down. She's done with it. Is it mimicking an upside down cross? I'm not sure. I did like the drama in her hair. However, I felt that you had dodged that little bit around her hair, and that had come through on the background as well, giving it a kind of light grey element where kind of your eye gets drawn there instead of what should be the drama in her expression. I would have liked to have seen her face, her hair off her face a bit, given this is obviously a constructed scene. You can take your time a little bit more to get that shot with her upper body that you're wanting. And just slightly over texturizing the background so it blends in with her a little bit. Having that distinguishing difference between the background and the subject.
Congratulations. And also another one in the top 10 for Noelle. Congratulations.
Noelle, this is an absolute showstopper. I think every married couple can empathise with this photograph. I saw it and my heart skipped a beat, and this is the type of shot that I'm looking for when I'm looking for award images. This little guy on the left here is squawking away. Is he supposed to be the woman? I'm not sure. Let's say no. And then this guy's looking back like, what is this gal on about? I love the treatment of the print, the kind of dead floral stuff around them. The dreariness of the background mimics the dreariness of what's going on in that right character's eyes. Bravo, really enjoy this image.
Totally agree. I really, really love this. And just your treatment of the image and the processing is really beautiful. I could see this printing up amazingly. The only thing that I would probably look at is perhaps a slightly more envelope, maybe crop, horizontal crop rather than the square that it is here. Just give a little bit more space on the left-hand side of the image there. Would elevate this even further, but excellent job. I love the colour toning and colour palette that you've chosen here. Really, really great job. Love it.
We could come up with so many options of whether that's the female bird, whether that's the boy bird. It's like you could just have so much fun. Or is it one of the children? Great job. Another one in the top 10. Ooh, congratulations, Michelle. Well done.
Really love the story you're trying to portray here, Michelle. It looks like a man, just finished his day at work, absolutely exhausted, it's raining, and, just wants to get on with life, but he's got to sit and wait at a bus stop. I would just watch the raindrops because they are fully in focus, and he's also fully in focus. So just if you want to do that effect of the raindrops, blur them out when you take the photo so that it looks like you are looking through a blurred window with the blurred raindrops, and that he's beautifully, sharply in focus. Well done, beautiful capture.
Yeah, I read this as like a double exposure type of deal, or perhaps an image overlay. I really liked how the raindrops mimicked his expression. I did feel like perhaps he was slightly over-sharpened, and that wasn't necessary for the image. Also, the bottom frame, is that part necessary? I'm not sure. I feel like having a horizontal crop and just cropping off that bottom would make it more powerful too.
And another one in the top 10. Congratulations, Karen. Well
done, Karen. This is a really, really strong portrait. I love the theme that you've gone with, and all of the elements that you've added in the background, very subtly to add to that story. It's quite theatrical. I quite enjoy her sort of solemn expression and her beautiful eyes. To improve it, I think there's only very minor things. Just be careful of that smoke overlay that you've used there, encroaching too much over her face, where it softens off and dulls her skin and the shadows there. So just be really selective about where you're allowing that to come over. And also there's just a couple of highlights on her, on the dark side of her mouth that just draw your eye a little bit. So maybe, careful of arranging the light and arranging the makeup and stuff that would prevent that from happening. But yeah, excellent job. Really love your storytelling and capture of this character.
I just want to say I agree. Like, this image just caught my attention so much. It's a stunning capture. You can really see some lovely storytelling here. And yeah, I agree with all of what Angela said in regards to how you can improve it.
It's a great image. Well done. And a top 10 finalists for this little guy. Congratulations, Erin.
What a cute little face. I think you've done a really great job of capturing sense of character in this little guy. I feel like it's slightly too tightly cropped or not enough. It's not quite either way. Like, you could go really in and really focus in on that face, or just give it a little bit more space to breathe. Either way would have improved it, I think, and to make that choice. I just find also the fur on the right-hand side, working with the file somehow to, that's really draws your eye away, that heavy texture in the fur. But yeah, excellent job of capturing this beautiful pup.
Yes, they're very cute. New Zealand fur seal. And that's just a pup. It'd probably be under a year old. All right, and that's the end of the top 25 in the portrait category. So I look forward to seeing you all back at 5 o'clock. Don't forget to check out the exhibition. And the bar is open. But did I say that? Oh, I didn't mean to say that. And another huge thank you to Photo Warehouse. And no, I'm not going to the bar till 5. Right, so who's back? Amy, you're back. Hey.
Yeah, is it what time?
3:45.